Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wavy Baller Hub. Brentford 4, Manchester United 0. I don't have the words. I don't have the words. I am beyond livid, beyond livid. That is the worst half of football I think I've ever seen in my life. In my life. I am upset. I am upset. I don't know where to start. I have a great guest with me, so I'm not going to belabor the point. Guys, if you're watching for the first time, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I have no words. I'm going to bring my guy NK. Maybe he can help me out. And explain this to me. NK, what's good, bro?
Nothing is good, man. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing is good right now. Honestly, I feel like I'm dreaming. I really do. Like when the third goal went in, I really had to ask myself, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming right now? Um, this team is weak mentally, weak technically. All of these players, pretty much, I'll say 90% of the squad probably isn't good enough to start for this club. Like, if we're being realistic, like top to bottom, it is an absolute shame. Um, no player can hold their hand up and say that they played well, bar maybe like the subs who came on and maybe tried their best and all that good stuff. But it's shameful, bro. It's shameful. What are your initial thoughts?
Yeah, after the game against what do you call it, Brighton, we just thought, okay, that was probably like a season opener. They got confused by the system, whatever. Let's make all the excuses for them. Today we expected like a reaction from the team, but you talk about half of them are not. It's not good. Like mentally, they're just not players who play. Like I don't think they're good enough to play for what do you call it, big clubs. Because anytime something go wrong, they just seems to just lose their head. They really do. And I don't know, man. To me, I stopped watching the game. I've probably after like, I think by 20th minute or so, we were already like 2 or 3 nil down, and I just knew we could not come back. And what hurts me the most, it's not even like the opposition are playing well. They're not even playing well. We're just literally making it so easy for them.
Mm.
Easy for them.
Yeah,
Like
they didn't.
we gave them 2 easy goals
Mm-hmm.
without them even doing anything to
Right.
deserve that. We just gave it to them.
All right. And that's the really frustrating part. Obviously, first goal, De Gea. I have defended De Gea vehemently, saying that there's plenty of problems at the club that we need to fix before De Gea. I've said it multiple times. He's making me look like a fool. Like he's truly making me look like an absolute idiot. Like I feel like when that goal went in, the first goal went in, I literally my heart just it's almost like I couldn't breathe. I was like, this can't be real. Like that didn't just happen, you know. When you and this is a seasoned pro. This isn't a kid. This isn't a 20. Like when De Gea was 20 years old
The
and he's
highest
making those
goalkeeper.
mistakes.
He's the highest paid
You know,
goalkeeper in the world, bro.
yeah, bro. It's highest paid goalkeeper in the world, and you drop a performance like that. We're gonna do player ratings as well. NK, you're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if you can fix that. But yeah, no, it's like we gotta do player ratings, and we'll talk about this. The De Gea goal, absolutely shameful. Then the second goal again, just a hospital pass to Christian Eriksen. I can't even blame Eriksen. I know a lot of people were saying that um, he's not a six, and he's not a six, obviously. But what do you want him to do in that situation? Like, where can he go in that situation other than just playing it out for a corner, which professional footballers don't do? Like, it's just I can't wrap my head around it. I genuinely can't wrap my head around it. Um,
And they're gonna start because the thing that make this whole goalkeeping situation so worse is that they had Dean Henderson there. And then they literally sent him on loan, not even a transfer fee. They sent him on loan because they wanted to keep fit in the gear. And then he goes ahead and do this. So it makes a lot of people kind of like question the club decisions and how they do things at the club. Manager came in, recruitment has just been like literally up and down. All we had all summer was Frankie De Jong. Frankie De Jong, he's not here. The same old players are here too, and then he's still kind of like keeping fit in them. The manager need to take some blame into this. The players are not good too, but I mean, Luke Shaw, for example, I don't know why he's picking them. Like he's keeping fit into these players that have let managers down, and then for some reason maybe he feel like he can do something that the others couldn't do, and they still just let him do that. But he will learn from that. He will learn from that. But going forward, to me, you ask me right now, a year from now, how many of these players are still going to be in the first team? I cannot even tell you. I just cannot tell you because they just disgrace this football club, man. They just disgrace
Yeah.
this football club. They really do, man.
This is that's really the ultimate. And Peter is gonna give me, because we just talked about this on the watch long. He said Tony was gonna have a top performance, and I have to hold my hand up. Peter, you were obviously right, and your day, Peter, your day is coming. I promise you that your day is coming. Don't you worry about that. My guy Hamas says joke shit. Might be taking a break from watching United for a little bit. Liverpool next week. I don't need that, and that's the scariest.
Oh god, that's the
That's the
scary bit, isn't
scariest.
it?
That's the scariest part about all of this is where does Ten Hag go? Where does he actually? Who does he rely on now? We are going to face Liverpool, who's coming off the back of a bad performance against Fulham. I don't know who they're facing this. I don't know who they're facing tomorrow. Let me take a look really quickly.
I think they got Crystal Palace, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and okay, so yeah, they face Crystal Palace on Monday. They're gonna beat Crystal Palace, right? Like, come on now, they're
They
gonna
will.
beat
They will.
they'll beat Crystal Palace. They'll get confidence, and then they'll come and absolutely smoke us. Zero. We will have 0 points in 3 games to start the season. There's no way Liverpool's gonna lose to us.
The only thing that is kind of like keeping me going or keeping me hopeful to say like, look, last season Arsenal lost 3 games and then they came back after they went and do their transfer business. That's the only thing that's keeping me going, because at the moment I don't see no hope, man. And as I said to you, the manager needs to, like, you brought guys into the club. You already know Donny van der Beek. Yeah, you already brought man last year to the club too, and today too he took one of his signings off too with what do you call it, Martinez too.
Martinez.
So it's like if you bought these guys, then you might as well just literally put them in there because the ones that are here, they don't have no loyalties to you. They will let you down. When you need them to run, they will not run for you because that's what they've been doing. We know it. We've been talking about it for like 3 years. So you cannot come in and feel like you know better than us. We've been watching these guys. The same way they let us down, they will let you down too. I was shocked he made only one change. I was really shocked he only made one change from that defeat because to me, that our last game, the performance wasn't good. So for him to go there, make one change, and then at halftime, decide to just bring on like 3 guys, it just tell you all you need to know, man. It tell you all you need to know.
Yeah. Peter says United are too easy to set up against. It's too easy to press United and force long clearances to nowhere. There's no presence up top. Forces defenders to turn and run towards their goal. Absolutely true. There's 7 people watching, guys. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're 10 subscribers away from 300. So guys, show some love, show some support. Obviously, I'm very dejected. That might make me feel slightly better. Slightly, but this is true. But again, I want to ask the question, where does this manager turn? Like, ask yourself the question. Okay, there's no more Nemanja Matic, right? There's no Pogba. There's no, Fred and McTominay are woeful. Ericsson's not a 6. Then you're gonna ask, okay, so that leaves Jimmy Garner, right? That leaves Donny van de Beek. Is it that much better if they come in? Seriously,
No, but they didn't finish. Look, this is what Ericsson, if you saw it, even in the second half, when he went a little bit higher the pitch, yeah, that's when he's good at. Gardner, I know he's a kid, but he's very good on the ball because the only reason Brighton Fred played as a 6, he done terribly wrong. So then he pushed him onto the 8 today, or I don't know whether he was playing 6 or 8. I'm not even sure anymore. So he pushed him. He doesn't want him to get involved in a build-up play. So you got a player in there that you cannot trust him to do a difference. But then I don't know. Put Gardner is to me. I will literally, if the goal is to control games and to have the ball and not lose balls in reckless position. Put Gardner in, he's very good on the ball. Put Donny inside, he's good on the ball, and then put Ericsson in. That is your three players, and you build on from that, man. You just build from that.
Okay, just I hear where you're going, but I think it would be highly irresponsible to ask a 21-year-old or a 20-year-old to come in and play against Liverpool in a match of that magnitude. Because listen, I pity these kids. Like, now, because these senior players are playing so bad, we are dejected, and we're just saying play the kids. Like I said, in my, like, when I was watching the game, I was thinking play the kids, play the kids. But it's like, that's not how you develop young players. You don't throw young players into a toxic environment and then expect them to save the day. Because if Jimmy Garner comes into that team, the expectation is he has to play really, really well, because we're looking at the other senior players and no one's doing anything. I think it's just not right. It's, in my opinion, I just don't
Yeah,
think it's fair. But
but the thing is,
I understand the quality aspect of it, and he's good on the ball, but it's Liverpool. Yes, he's good on the ball in the championship, right? He's decent, but you're asking him. This is the highest
but
level
then
of
you
football.
forget he played against Liverpool last year in the FA Cup, and he actually had a very good game.
Yeah.
So he has done it against them before. He
How
literally
strong?
done it.
I would be curious to see how strong that Liverpool side was, but yes,
Oh
no,
no, yeah. But
I understand it. It's just this is the pinnacle of foot. Like, Manchester United versus Liverpool is the, like, outside of Barcelona, Real Madrid is the pinnacle of football. And you're asking a 20-year-old who's gonna play. Like, okay, let's think about it. Who, if Jimmy Garner comes in, who plays next to him?
as I told you, my team, you
You said
play
Fred.
Jimmy. No, not Fred.
Sorry, say it
Definitely
again.
not Fred. Gardner, Donny, and then Ericsson. That is your three. When I saw them three play our last preseason at Old Trafford, that was because all preseason, I was just talking about I haven't been happy with the performance, because I've seen players literally ignore certain movements and everything. When those three kind of like played, that was the first time all preseason I saw combination play, one touch play, moving the ball quickly, just being able to kind of like hold the ball. The rest of the guys that we have, they just cannot do it. If you want to control games, those guys are not that. McTominay is not going to do that. Fred is scared to be on the ball. Bruno too, when you give him the ball to, we all know that he cannot look after the ball. So that they're just the wrong people to do, buff.
I hear it. That's fair. I can't argue too much with what you're saying there. Peter said I would just play 3-5-2 in the short term. You cannot get destroyed at home by your biggest rivals. Play CR7 and Rashford up top. Pack your midfield and hope for the best. I hear that, Peter, and I don't think Ten Hag won't do that. He won't. I don't think
He,
he'll.
he shouldn't. He shouldn't do
Um,
that.
he won't go. He won't go away from his philosophy. I this those. I hear your midfield again. Garner, Van de Beek, Ericsson. It sounds nice on paper, but in reality, it's not good enough. It's
Well,
just
the one that
not.
we got, the thing is, they're trying to get players inside. So whether they get them in time for the Liverpool game is to be seen. But there, and also regarding this formation, look, I feel like the manager got a system, and the longer he plays the system, the players will play themselves out of the team. But he just need to have. They need to back him. They need to back him to bring the players that can play in this system, because the ones that are here is. Some of us expected this kind of a season, but we didn't know it was going to start off this.
You're breaking up, NK. NK is
Uh,
breaking up a bit. Let's see if we can get you back. We can get.
is it okay now?
It's a bit better. It's a bit better.
Yeah, I just moved to my new home, so
Yeah,
still
yeah, yeah,
similar.
yeah. All good, bro. All good. It's kind of shaky, but I'll talk for a second here and let it. I see what Peter's saying. Obviously, like, I hear your point on he should stick to his guns, but realistically, the same thing will happen if he plays a 4-3-3 next week. No matter what the combination is, we will lose. We will lose. It's just that simple. You can't go, because Liverpool play a 4-3-3. We play a 4-3-3. They are better than us in every phase of play: midfield, attack, defense. Like, it's asking it's asking for a beating, in my opinion. I don't know. Hama says play the kids against Liverpool and sit on the bench the whole time for the entire game. Nah, I mean play the kids and tell them whatever happens, it's okay. Go play your best. Look at what these guys did in the first two games. Listen, it sounds nice to say that now. Those kids will get murdered online. They will get murdered on social media. There will be heavy pressure against them. Like it's not that simple. Like it really isn't. I know the solution to me, the solution is not play the kids. I genuinely believe that. Like it's just unfair. It's unfair. Look at the kids that we have had over the few years. Marcus Rashford is a perfect example, right? He has been a product of a terrible coaching, terrible. Like if Marcus Rashford was a you know, a City player. I'm not saying I don't think Marcus Rashford's that great of a player, but he would at a baseline level have the basics down, right? Look at what we've done to Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho's a 21-year-old, or he's 22, and he has no confidence anymore. We've killed his confidence, right? Like confidence is low. Throwing them in against Liverpool isn't worth it. Just wait and give them a fair shot. 100%. Like it's not fair to. Again, I'm going to repeat. This is the pinnacle of football. This is the pinnacle. This is the absolute apex of football.
Well, last season we lost at 5-0 playing the old guys anyway, so we
I
might as well just
agree.
try the kids.
I agree. I agree. I agree. I understand that these senior players are not good enough, right? But I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Let's talk about.
Yeah, go on.
Go, no, I was gonna say let's talk about the third goal off of a corner. Tony wins a header, I believe, and then Lissandro just gets absolutely bullied against was it Ben Mee? I believe. Um, we had Fred and we had Lissandro Martinez in the box defending, if I'm not mistaken. No height there. That is literally, I think that goal was indicative of everything people were talking about Lissandro Martinez about. I don't think he had he had a bad game, let's be real. But that height thing is that was kind of like an eye opener to me. Like, wow, like Ben Mee didn't even jump. Did you notice
Yeah,
that?
but but the thing is, I don't even buy the whole height thing to be honest, because we have been poor conceding goals for a very long time. You need your goalkeeper to be commanding sometimes too. The goalkeeper don't help the centre backs. We have this problem for a very long time. Yes, I think was it last week there was a stat I read. Excuse me.
You're good.
Yeah. Let me grab some water.
You're good. You're good. You're good. I'm gonna.
Wow, you see what this team is doing to me. Yeah. Last week, what do you call it? There was this stat that he actually won most of like his area duels, man. So again, it comes down to the goalkeeper. Command your area. Come out. Do something, man. But I was surprised he took him over at halftime, though.
I think that was more so. I'm saving you for the next game. Then fourth goal. What was the fourth goal? I can't even remember. What was the fourth goal?
I know one of them was like a counter where Luke Shaw was running back.
Oh yeah. Oh, the fourth goal was in Bomo. There was a beautiful long ball from Hickey, I believe, to Tony, Ivan Tony, off of one touch. Beautiful through ball to Mbomo, and Mbomo holds off the defender. If I believe it was Maguire, maybe Maguire or Lissandro, and he scores a beautiful goal. Brentford, I have to admit, Brentford did play well. There obviously we gave them 2 goals, but even after the 2 goals, when the game kind of settled, Brentford did play well. It's just sad to see, all phases of play being so poor. I'm interested. I see Eric Ten Hag right now. He's getting interviewed. I can't wait to go and rewatch this interview, and just to hear what he has to say, because it's a nightmare right now. I pity this man. But
he needs to stop being naive, man. That's what he needs to stop being. He needs to stop being naive. Play the guys you trust, but man, stop giving these other guys chances, bro. Just literally just stop that.
It's 2 games in, so I'm not gonna. Ten Hag has been left out to dry. Let's just call a spade a spade. At the end of the day, this is not what's happening on the pitch is not indicative of his coaching ability. It's indicative of a leadership, a management, a board that is absolutely, utterly inept. The Glazers are the worst sporting owners, arguably, in the history of the world. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. You know how difficult it is to make an entity like Manchester United a bad squad? Like it's almost harder to be bad like than it is to be good, right? Because of the history, because of everything that was built before, right? It's people are going to try and complain, say, "Oh, this is Ten Hag's fault." Yeah, you can question some tactic things, but what can you ask a manager? 2 goals. I mean, the first 2 goals. What does the manager have to do with that, right?
Right, and that's the thing. The first goal, for example, how the gear doesn't save it. That's what I'm trying to say to you. You go in there, you spend all week preparing. You literally work hard, go in early, work on tactics, give instructions, only for your goalkeeper to make that kind of like silly mistake, buff, and then playing from the back. You know, we all know he cannot play from the back, but he could see that there's a player on Ericsson. So for him to give that kind of a goal today and then at 2-0 down is just damage limitation, but at 2-0 down, it just damage limitation. Everybody lost their head. And as a manager, you kind of like feel for the manager too. Naturally, I don't know, but they need to back him. They need to go out there, look for a goalkeeper that can play from the back because you
Yeah.
cannot have. But today, up until that point, Brentford wasn't even in the game. We had 70 ball possession, and you ask yourself, what did they do with the ball possession? Your midfielders are too scared to kind of like pass forward. All they're doing is just passing it between themselves. I don't know, but something need to give, man. I expect this
Yeah,
week to
bro.
be a very crazy week, literally.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Let's just look at some of the statistics. Yeah, we had almost 70% of the ball, expected goals of 0.9. I don't even know how we have an expected goals of 0.9. I don't understand how that happened. 1.69 expected goals for Brentford. Um, we committed 15 fouls, disgusting. They had 8 corners, indicative of how forward thinking they were. Um, um, what else here? Yeah, it's just I'm looking at these stats and it's just disgusting. It's literally disgusting. I don't have the words, bro. Like I don't have the words. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Guys, get in the comments, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We have five people watching with us right now. Um oh man, we have Liverpool next. That's really what's bugging me. It's just I don't man, I think it would be a really powerful statement if the season ticket holders all walked out of that game. Like I think a lot of protests, I'm gonna be real with you. I think a lot of those protests are not productive, to be real with you. But I think if a whole group of Manchester United fans left that stadium at the pinnacle of football, right? Kind of like what happened last year. It like something would have to give, right? Something would just have to give. I talked earlier this week about Michael Knighton's ownership bid. How real or not that is, I have no clue. But oh man, they're gonna have to shell out a lot of money, man. I don't know how we get these owners out, but it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, because they need to come together and do something, and even us fans too, not just the match going fans, all of us, because it's just not good, to bring in a new manager, the lack of leadership, the lack of planning. You can just see this coming from a mile out, the whole summer, the conversation, you just don't know where this club is going, you don't know where this club is going, like, so. And as a fan, it's just very hard to see. Just very hard to see rival fans just making fun of you, just watching it ruin your whole weekend. And just it's a question of like if they probably like done the recruitment early, you can probably just give the excuse that okay, you know what, we just got the players in now, the manager is working, so let's just give them time. But they didn't do that. They literally just didn't do that. Like the all preseason, we had one of our worst season last season, and we still kept the same squad. Literally, only one of the new signings was able to go to preseason. So how do you let a manager come in to prepare
It's
with the
crazy,
same squad, and only one went into preseason?
crazy. And he's a, and
Literally,
he's a
and then
left
the, the,
back.
the two, well, only the left back, who apparently is not even starting, who's not even starting. And then the other two, Ericsson and,
Mhm.
and Martinez, came in so late. Now they haven't, for all you know, they're not even match fit here. They're literally not match fit.
Yeah,
Literally not match fit. And we're still out here still looking to sign players when we are 2 games in. They don't understand that sometimes, 1 point in this premiership make a difference. You know, if the money is there, why don't you plan it, give it to the right people for them to go spend? All this,
man.
I don't know, but something need to happen. I hope next week we take a stand and literally show these people that we are not playing. We just literally
Yeah.
not playing. It's time, but man, it's time for them to go.
I we had 58 points last season, right? And I thought to myself, I said we were going to finish fourth this season, right? Because I said it's absolutely impossible for us to be as bad as we were last season, right?
Yeah.
And 2 games in, again, I sound like a fool. I look like a fool. Like I genuinely look like a fool. I feel like, yeah, my weekend's ruined. Yeah, I'm pissed off, all that good stuff. But like, I'm more mad like that. I was like, what was I thinking in my head when I made these predictions? Like,
Yeah, you cannot, you
what?
cannot, you cannot defend these
Like,
players. You cannot back them. You just, they
like
would,
this
they
is,
would disgrace you. That's what it.
and you know what? This one kind of felt like downing tools. It did. Like last week, I thought there was effort there. I just thought it was a quality issue. This felt like we're downing tools. It really did. It just felt like there was no hunger. There was no like will to win. Like I don't like saying that about players. I don't like saying that about professionals because that when you say professionals are downing tools, it really that's the ultimate insult you can give a professional footballer, right? But what else can I say? What else can I actually say? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know this manager's a good manager. He's already proven that. He's already proven that. He's gone to a Champions League semifinal. He's won leagues, right? This isn't Ollie where we say, okay, he's done nothing, right? You know, that was our I mean, I said Ollie should go, and
yeah,
I still stick by that, right? But at the same time, what can I say about this Ten Hag thing, right? Man, it's I want to go back to these owners real quick and your point of we collectively. Here's the challenge, right? There's a tight knit group of us, right? That are I would consider diehard Manchester United fans, right? That we like, we watch every game, we support, we talk about the games constantly. We're trying to learn more about the club, the history of the club, all this good stuff. The real challenge is this club might be too big for its own good, in that there's so many fans who are just regular fans. Like they don't really have like when you're and I'm not trying to I'm talking about everywhere, America, South America, Asia, like massive groups of fans who are just, they're just Manchester United fans. They're not really like, they're not trying to protest. They're not trying to, when the kids come out, they're gonna buy the kits, right? All these kits behind me are literally fake. Like they're from Alibaba, right? And they look real, and I will rock them. I'll probably get the new kit this year from dhgate.com. If you guys don't know what that is, Google it. You will get some nice cheap kits. You won't have to buy the ones on the store. Like seriously, I'm not about to buy kits from a club who literally pisses me off every day. Like, why would I do that? Like, why the hell would I do that? Like, oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. But at the same time, again, I repeat, they're making too much money. Like, it's just math. I work in business, I work in sales. The math says we're not selling this club. Why would I sell a club that I pull out 70 million, 85 million pounds out of it every year? What logic does that make? Seriously.
yeah. Something need to give, man. Something need to give because the way they're running the club, and then the last time they're talking about it, we are the only club that the owners hasn't put no money inside.
Right.
Every other club is doing it, and then they talk about it like your cities, your Liverpools, your Newcastles. We are so far behind them, and we will keep on falling behind because of the way this club do. They know how to take from it, but they don't know how to put inside it. And if you're not going to put inside it too, the least you can do is have a leadership, to be able to manage it well. And even that, they don't even do that too. So it's just time for them to go, man. And I think as fans, we need to try come together and find a way to get them out,
If you
whatever it
were
takes.
okay, I'm gonna be Avram Glazer for a second, right? You're gonna be Michael Knighton. How much money do you think the Glazers would sell for? Like how give me an offer.
I'll probably give you 5 billion.
And if I was them, I'd say no deal. You know why? Because this club, whoever gets it right next, might have riches untold. Like, see, I'm not joking. Like whoever owns this club next, like the return on investment, if they run the club properly, the return on investment that they will get. First of all, I can't remember how much the Glazers bought Manchester United for, but they're when they do sell, because they'll sell eventually. When they do sell, the return on investment they're going to get is ridiculous. But I think the person who gets it next, if they can run the club properly, could make this club the
Yeah, but
most
then
valuable club in the world.
there's a lot of stuff that need to be done. The stadium needs to be done. So after they buy it too, they need to
They have a
heavily
lot of work to do.
invest.
Yeah.
They need to
Have
heavily
you been to Old
invest inside
Trafford?
it. Yeah, yeah, I
I've
went
been
there a
once. I
couple of
went
times.
one time last year. Obviously, I was kind of starstruck when I went in there. Well, I wasn't really thinking about,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
all the
yeah.
leaking and all. I was just kind of like in awe that I was there. You know what I mean? But we know that there's issues. Like, look what Newcastle is about to do. Look what
Right.
have you seen the plan that they've put in place? They
Yeah,
just
I
got
did.
there. They just got there. Old Trafford, according to match going fans that I've spoken to, has leaks in the roof. It's been needing renovation for almost 15 plus years now. You know, man, it's a tough one. I don't even want to do player ratings, NK. I genuinely don't. What is the point? What are we gonna get? Like, what is the point of doing player ratings today? like,
Well,
like, what is the point?
all of them are gonna get minuses, so there's no
Yeah,
point.
there's no
There's
point in
no
giving
point.
player ratings today. What I would say is, man, I don't know where Ten Hag turns. That's my biggest thought process is what does he do this week? Like, there's gonna be so much backlash. There's gonna be so much. Um, this might be the toughest week as a Manchester United fan we're gonna have in years. I really believe, unless obviously Liverpool waxes us, but like, or let me just say, this might be the toughest period we're gonna have for a while. Like, this feels bad, and I felt really bad over the past, 8 to 10 years. I felt really bad at certain points. I have never felt that. I've never felt that dejected. That first half, I have never, and I'm really thinking back to certain moments. Maybe that I remember that 6-1 versus Tottenham. That one, remember that one again?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
one threw me for a loop for sure. But this one felt worse. This one felt worse, man.
It
Like,
did.
like I just, like I said, I felt like I couldn't breathe. Like, I was just, I had my hands in my head. Um, it is literally the worst performance I've ever seen. My guy David Makuna says, honestly, I honestly feel hopeless in this team. I'm gonna have people texting me, giving me shit, laughing at me. I well deserved, I just keep on making myself look like a fool on my streams. I do. I genuinely make myself, okay, I make myself look dumb on these streams
Oh,
every week.
all of us, man, all of us, when we go on Twitter talking, group chat, that's what we do anyway. So we just talk, and they lay us down. But man, I've had my own fair share talking about transfer, backing the new structures out there, new, give them time. But I'm not doing that no more, man. I'm
If we
literally not doing
like,
that no more.
if we look at every phase of play and ask ourselves, is that a top 4 level midfield? Like, if we go through the midfield, Fred, McTominay, Eriksson, Bruno, Garner, Van de Beek. Is that a top 6 midfield? Seriously, like,
It's not even a top 10 midfield.
is that no? Right? Okay, then we go to the back. Dallo, I know people like him. He's not good. I'm sorry. He had moments in the second half. Is he a starter for Manchester United? Like, let's ask ourselves that question. Is he
It's a
a
big question
starter
mark
for
there.
Manchester
No,
United?
no, it's not.
No.
Question mark there too.
Is Harry Maguire a starter for Manchester United? Not a chance.
Not even getting started on him,
I
bro.
saw, I'll give somebody a shout out. Varane. Obviously, I think Varane should be playing again. Like, just for I know he's not the best on the ball. I understand that, but the pace is, he's not bad on the ball. I would never say Varane is bad on the ball. He's just not excellent, right? Um, he needs to play. He needs to play too. Like Harry Maguire, I'm sorry, God forgive me. He's not good enough. How many times did he step out of position today and try to recover, and he's not pacey enough to recover? Lissandra, I'm gonna hold my hands up because it's too early, way, way, way too early to say he's good or not good enough. Luke Shaw, I have tried another person I have defended because I think when he's at his best, he's a very, very good player. But we don't see that ever. We don't see it ever. He's not good enough to play for Manchester United, right? Go ahead, Danica. Say that again.
I said in 8 years, we've only seen it for 2 months.
Oh, it sounds low. I don't know if you're holding your.
Oh yeah, I said in 2 years, we've only seen it for 8 months. That's it.
Yeah. Let's go down the line. McTominay and Fred. There's no even need to discuss that. Not good enough for Manchester United. Ericsson, obviously, I think is good enough for Manchester United at this point in his career. Would he be starting for City, Liverpool? Maybe he'd start for Spurs. Maybe he'd start for Chelsea, right? But he in the best world, he's a squad player. In a top side, he's a squad player, right? Bruno, is he good enough to start for Manchester United? No, he's not good enough to start for Manchester United. I don't care how many goals he scored, how many assists he scored. That man, I can name 15 Manchester United midfielders that are easily better than him. Easily, like I can name 20 Manchester United midfielders of old that are better than him, right?
If our players, when they leave this club, they're not going nowhere but down, buff. A lot of
And they're
these
so
players.
bad. I feel Jadon Sancho, one of my favorite players before he got to this squad. Right? Look what we've done to him. Look what we've done to him. We've shot his confidence. We have completely, absolutely ruined his confidence. He doesn't want to take on players anymore. Have you noticed that?
I've seen that. Like, to me, they also need to work better too. But I don't know what's going on with them, because both individually and as a team, they all need to do better. All of them. So it's just one of those ones too, man. It's just one of those ones.
Marcus Rashford, not good enough to play for Manchester United. I'll say it again. Like seriously, I'm sorry that I'm doing it this way, but when things are this bad, you have to be this blunt. You just have to be this blunt. Marcus Rashford is not good enough to play for Manchester United, bro. Simple, end of story. How much money does he make a week? 250K a week?
I think it's 200K a week.
200K a week?
The contract is coming down, so he's going to get more money too.
For what? For what? Does he even deserve, seriously, over the past 18 months, he is a 40,000 pound a week player. Maybe. Like, what is he doing on the pitch? I just don't understand. I don't understand what he does. Cristiano Ronaldo, at this stage in his career, probably should not be. I won't disrespect the man. I have too much respect to, I said I wanted him to leave, right? I won't disrespect him because of he's just that great. But like, he shouldn't be playing for Manchester United at this point in his career. He's 37. He's 37. Gave up the ball for the first goal, by the way. Gave up the ball for the first goal. They pressed him. He was the one who lost the ball. Not good enough, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. There's nothing. My guy David says there's nothing to look forward to until the recruitment changes and the club structure changes. Things won't change.
We need to forget about the recruitment and the club structure. The owners need to go. They need to go.
And you know what's sad about this? These owners are actually idiots because we've still spent the same amount of money. Granted, they have been leeching they've been leeching off of the club for years and years and years. We've still spent the same amount of money as City. If they had even half a brain, you know how much money they've wasted? You know how much money they've wasted? 50 million pounds for Fred. 50 million pounds for Fred. 85. This is 85 million British pounds. 85 million British pounds for Harry Maguire. I can't wrap my head around it. I can't wrap my head around it. Luke Shaw, most expensive teenager in Premier League history. Like I just can't even believe it. I'm thinking Bruno Fernandes, what was he, 45, 46 million pounds? Right?
Well, we can go
we can go down the line. It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. Tielemans and Ruben Neves already made Premier League midfielders, but we're not trying to sign them. I agree. Maybe start somewhere. How about start by picking off some of these these
But
talents
the thing
lower
is,
down the league.
another thing is, it's so good picking a talent too, but we gotta make sure that we pick them in order for them to be able to play well together. Because we are doing this thing, for example, where the way Sancho play doesn't suit the way other team kind of play. The whole team is just up and down. You got different kind of players that want to play different type of football, and
Right.
I think we need to get it right. Where if you're recruiting, you are recruiting the same type of players that all kind of like understand the same kind of like tactics or just all in the same kind of like wavelength. Because you cannot have a Fred who is not good on the ball playing next to like Ericsson, who's technically good. It just miss a match altogether. But man, just be on the same wavelength. So hopefully, recruitment time, like we got 2 weeks before the end of the window, they will bring in good players, not just short term fix, but good players that technically they can be good too and can develop too. But it's going to be a very long season, and I just something just tell me that this.
Go ahead. You good, bro? You good, bro? Did we lose you? I think we lost NK. I think we lost NK for a second there, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Go ahead, NK. You were saying something?
Yeah, I'm just saying, but they need to just get it. They got 2 weeks to try and literally get the recruitment right. But even that, I feel like it's going to be a long season, regardless of what happened going forward in the transfer one day. It's going to be a thing. But get rid of some of these players too, but man. Just literally just ship them out. But the one like Aaron Basaka is still there. The manager don't want him, but he's still
Oh, I,
sitting
for,
on the
I forgot.
bench.
I forgot about him. He was another 50 million pounds. I forgot
Yeah,
about him too.
and he's still sitting there, literally just sitting there. Just sitting there, man. But
He's
I
on
don't
too
know
much.
what
He's
we
on
go
too much.
for.
He's on too much money. What person in their right mind would take Aaron Wan-Bissaka for what is it 125K a week, something ridiculous like that? Like what? Even if Crystal Palace do want him back, why would they ever pay him that much money? With they have a left. Was it Mitchell, the left back, right? That's probably making nothing. Who's equally as good? Why they'd be like, why would I ever pay? Why would I ever pay that? Nathaniel Klein. I'll just play Nathaniel Klein and stay in the league before I give Aaron Wan-Bissaka 125K a week. It's absolutely ridiculous, man.
The thing is, right now, I don't know how much transfer budget this manager have to spend.
He probably doesn't
But
have
if I
any.
was them, I would double it or triple it and just say, look, we're gonna get most of the good ones inside, give them this season to kind of like be good and stuff. Because and next season just sell as many as you can, man. Just sell as many as you can because this is just not good enough, man. I don't know even know about.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna round up here. NK, thank you so much for hopping on. I really appreciate it, bro. It's been a tough afternoon, but this has been therapeutic, bro. Been very therapeutic. Sometimes you just need to talk through some of this stuff, man, because oh my goodness, this is like a nightmare. This is like I genuinely I'm not exaggerating to the people when I say I thought I was dreaming for a second. Like I was like this. I can't be awake to be seeing my club play like this, but oh, it is what it is. Guys, make sure to hit the like button. Thank you for everyone who hopped on the show and showed love. Hit the subscribe button for me, and we will talk to you guys very, very shortly.
Peace.
Deuces.